Hello and welcome to Prototype's 2015 season LMP1 cars. Let's take a look at them. You would think that the Audi is best and the Nissan is worst, but that would be incorrect. Okay, so 2015 LMP1 cars, endless endurance test at Spa. I was just asked, are there endless endurance races for this car? I didn't know the answer. There's no exclusive series, so the pay could be lacking. Endurance Legends over in the Legend category, well, that's all Cup races. And that's a big reason why you get these cars, is so you can do the 10-lap Cup race at Le Mans. It is one of the best paying, it's definitely the best paying R dollar race in the game. And it's easy, 25 to 30 minutes. It's really hard to not win that race, I find. It's just very, very easy for me. But it's boring. It's just so boring. So anyway, so I thought, you know what, I should look at this because I really haven't. And I think people asked me about this race in the past. Man, that's a gaggle. I'll explain that right now. So in a race like this, there's 3 different cars, which means there are switchover points. We're hitting the first switchover going from the Nissan over to the Audi, which is interesting because the Audi was higher than in PR, but I guess they're going from left to right, so whatever. So if you're in a series that's got like 4 or 5 cars, you're going to see this gaggle happen like that many times. If there's 5 cars, 4 times you'll have a gaggle of bots. Sometimes people think, oh, I'm hitting the perpetual point early. No, you're not. You're hitting a gaggle of bots, not an early gaggle. You're hitting a gaggle, and then they tell me that they hit the perpetual point, but then it didn't keep on going. That's because it wasn't. So anyway, we're doing 2 lawnmower modes because I didn't do any training. Usually I train for a race like this, and I really get good at it. I just hit record and did it, and it seemed pretty good, so that's what you're going to see. Totally blew the corner there. So there's going to be mistakes, which means my earnings would be a little bit higher if I was cleaner, but not that much. Because I didn't know how easy or hard this was, I'm going to do 2 lawnmower modes. And I was lifting a little bit at Eau Rouge here and there because I wasn't sure, can I keep it full throttle? Oh, the Porsche. No, that was a Nissan. Whatever. So, double lawnmower mode, which means here at Lacombe, and then also at the last chicane. And this is very interesting. I'm going to talk about this handling this car in just a little bit here, but it's interesting how this works. So the Porsches, you know, better grip, better brakes, but this Nissan's faster. There's the Porsche. Okay. So now I could enter into a difficult part of the race. I might have quite a gap here. So for me to beat the Porsches, I have to know how to drive this car. So this car is very fast, but it has trouble with the brakes, a little bit with the brakes, and definitely trouble with the grip. So what does that mean? Well, you need to brake early, get your steering done earlier in the corner, get to that throttle early so you can power out. That's what you need to do. That's how you're going to overtake people in this car. That's how this car is better. I've already noticed some people recently won this car. It's February 2025. People won this car, and some people are saying, well, this is the worst of all these cars. It's horrible. I fully upgraded it. And it's like, well, you haven't taken time to learn how to drive it. It's front-wheel drive. It's looser. It's a different handling car. So to get the most out of it, it just takes a bit of time behind the wheel. Trial and error, trial and error. You really can't get away from trial and error. It's good for you. It can help you with other cars as well. So to handle this car, that's what I do. And you're going to see that eventually I'll stop doing dual lawnmower mode. But I want to get to the perpetual point first. Then I'll let that go. And then I'll show you a good race line getting through Lacombe and that. And we'll just cut the one chicane. Right now, I'm actually a little bit nervous. Like, am I even going to see it? Really nervous at Pouan Corner. Whoa, look, because that. If you slide off Pouan Corner, you slide until, well, you just keep on sliding. So you don't want to do that. This is a fun car. Horrible car in driver view. Like, you've seen me switching to driver view a couple of times already, just checking my windshield and stuff. I was also trying to see if I could see a timer on the steering wheel, but it's so horrible to use driver view in this car. I don't want to do it, so I'm just not doing it because it's just there's so little to see. Some people say, well, that's like it is in real life. No, it's not. I'm staring at like a 6-inch screen. In real life, it's a few feet wide. It's not a 6-inch screen. It's not realistic. If you like it, you know, that's great for you, and you know, you got my respect if you can drive this car well in driver view. But it doesn't mean everyone has to. Okay, we're going to see a little bit nervous here. Oof, a little bit nervous doing that. I'm hitting him at Radeon. Just a little bit nerve-wracking. It's going to get interesting, guys. You're going to see some interesting stuff. So this is looking lonely. At this point, I don't even know if it's possible. Oh, that was a little bit too much cutting. I was trying to carry a lot of speed. At this point, I did not know if this was even possible, which tells me how much I've improved through the years. Because I'm sure I tried this a few years ago and I couldn't do it. The only reason why you're seeing this video is because it is possible. I'm not going to waste your time and string you along and then say, oh, sorry, guys. No, it's possible. And it's interesting stuff. Okay, so you notice I might be that was pretty good. I'm sometimes a little too cautious at that corner. It's another place I dread going off track. So I'm super nervous right now. I really shouldn't be. 35 seconds at this point is not that big of a deal, but I'm just nervous. So again, you've really got to control this. Woo, perpetual point. Okay. Now, I need to be more careful with my braking zone, so I'm going to start braking a little bit early. Oh, look it out. Look it out. Check it out. A ghost bot killing another bot. That's kind of funny. You can fix early braking. You can't fix late braking, right? If you brake too late, you're going to slide out that corner, waste a lot more time. If you brake a little bit early, yeah, you're giving up some time, but not as much. You can always lift off the throttle. You could always reapply the throttle. But if you totally blow a corner, you don't have anything you can do except you can really, you can hope that you're going to make it. So I'm still not quite sure. I'm not quite sure how this is going to work, the Nissan against the Porsches. So I'm kind of taking it easy. I'd like to, I need to shorten that braking zone. But look, I'm gaining heading to P1. That's a good sign. Now, I'm not sure about getting around him. I overbraked it that time. But that's better than losing it on P1 corner. So let's just see if I can catch him. I should be able to catch him getting onto the back end of here. Let's just see. I'm going to brake a little bit earlier than you power around. Oh, little scrape there. I got loose. I got to be more careful with that. I might need to back up my braking point more. Now, we're not going all the way through. This would take a long time. I'm going to hit 100 clicks, guys. That's my goal. So we're definitely going to start warping right away. But I'd like to kind of show you the whole path to the perpetual point, especially if it's not a race that's commonly been done. So we're going to warp ahead quite a bit here, 33 kilometers. We're heading into the 60s. And you can still see I'm doing a little bit of lifting. This gets really interesting as traffic gets heavy. Watch ahead at Eau Rouge, okay? Keep your eyes down the track. Watch what happens here. It's very surprising. Look at that. Two guys are wrecking off Eau Rouge. Completely unexpected. So I'm blind here. And whoa! I'm not knowing what's going to happen. Let's warp ahead some more. Here I'm going to take Eau Rouge flat out. Really good run. I wanted you to see that. So you can easily take it flat out. Really get some nice gains. Let's check this out again. Again, watch Eau Rouge. Again! It's white and red again. And I have no idea what I'm going to be hitting. So let's just see what happens here. Remember, Porsche is faster than fully upgraded Porsche, but I'm equalizing. So I'm going to gently shove him over so he's in the really bad brake line and he's going to brake early. Now, check this out. You can take that corner very fast and I'll make some gains on this Porsche. Now, I'm going to have to brake a little bit more here, but you can see I'm keeping with him. I can overtake him. Let's fast forward to where I'm going to end this. That's about it. You kind of see where I was powering around bots. And we're going to take a quick look to see the damage. This car, there you go. That's it. Otherwise, I kept it clean. All right, profitability. Actual race time was 22 minutes and 9 seconds from the green to when I stopped. Fame per minute was 896 the way I ran it. You can definitely get over 900. I'd say maybe even to the 920s if you ran it cleaner. Please like, please subscribe. Here's an option for you. See you next time.